Every day, as you are scrolling down the social media, you might see that some people confessing that they apostate from their religion after one confession and another confession. We should realize that apostasy happens more frequently than ever. Before we go through a little deep, what is apostasy anyway? How apostasy has become controversial worldwide. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, apostasy is an act of refusing to follow, obey, or recognize a religious faith. In a simple language, apostasy is an act by which we depart or we go out from our religion we profess. Apostasy should be given more attention, but society assumes that apostasy is a small matter that does not affect others. According to the partial translation of the Al Jazeera interview between Mahir Abdullah and Sheikh Ahmad Katani, it is stated that 6 million people leave Islam every year in Africa alone. What about the other countries and the other regions? The numbers of apostasy must exceed 1 million of people. Matthew Henry once said that a state of apostasy is worse than a state of ignorance. This shows that apostasy is a bigger issue nowadays. Before we find the solution, we need to find the causes first, because if we succeeded in implementing the solution, the problem will still not be solved because the root of the problem is still happening. After having some reading and scrolling through social media, I believe that society should be blamed for apostasy. One of the reasons why society should be blamed is society is quick to judge people who commit sins. Some people does not live in a religious way, and they tend to do something that is prohibited by their religion. But society does not even care about that, as they think that people who commit sins lack of religious knowledge, or they want to show no respect to religion, and they think that the people should be scolded brutally so that they will not do it again. Society should know evidence better, because in religion we should reprimand and advise them well, so that they will be more open to receiving advice and not commit sin again. But society nowadays lack of empathy and is quick to judge that they prefer the harsh way and not investigate first than the gentle way. Neither do they know that some people will accept that way while the others do not. They should know that all people in this world are different from each other. Because of being consistently scolded, the people who are being scolded and judged by society apostate from their religion, so that the society will stop cursing and scolding them. Society needs to change their approaches. They need to know that and investigate the person first before judging them. For example, a society judge a Muslim woman who does not wearing a hijab as a sinner, and they think the Muslim woman shows no respect for the religion. Neither do they know that the woman slowly wants to change herself to be a better Muslim, as she does not practice her religion properly before. But because of the society, the woman lost interest to be a better Muslim and slowly apostated from her religion. The example mentioned really happened in real life, and it happened to many people. Why? Why does this thing happen? It is because of the society itself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nushah bin Kamaruddin, metric number 1192071. We move on to second main point, which is lack of support among religious figures causes people to stray from learning more about Islam. Religious figures play a significant role in the harmony and discord of religious communities. Without the role of religious leaders, the presence of religion cannot reach all of humanity or cause the believer to apostate. In a modern society, Religion and religious leaders always come together in traditional community life. Every society that believes in religion must have a religious figure who is respected and is believed to be the one who brings God's truth to his followers. Indeed, religious leaders can also be interfaith peace actors as demonstrated by the experience of religious leaders in South Africa, where religious leaders collaborate with other social actors to combat appetite and violence. In other words, religious figures play a significant role in mobilizing society for anti-appetite resistance to structural violence. Religious figures also contributed to fight against gender violence against women in South Africa in collaboration with the South African Faith and Family Institute, SAFI. The next significant finding in the study, titled Role of Religious Leaders in Interfaith Dialogue Toward Conflict Resolution and Islamic Perspective, explains the magnitude of the role of Christian religious leaders in carrying out inter-religious dialogue and aim at conflict resolution from a Christian perspective, whether it is internal dialogue with the same religion or external dialogue with other religions. Hence, religious figures continue to maintain a harmonious structure in both religion as well as personal relationships so that apostasy will never happen. Back to our religion, Islam, the religious figures who just choose to be famous without giving full encouragement to spread the religion should be blamed on the apostasy of today's Muslim youth. This is because the religious knowledge cannot afford to be lectured or taught by ordinary persons, since it requires vast understanding of Islam, such as Al-Quran, Hadith, Ijma, and Qiyas. This is why in Islam we have Shafi'i, Hanbali, Maliki, and Hanafi school of thoughts to interpret certain hukum according to certain circumstances. For example, eating pork is totally haram, but during starvation, the hukum of eating pork can change to prevent death. The ones who never heard this will be thinking that Islam is a complicated, obsolete, and unequivocal religion. From this, I believe that the lack of support from religious figures causes people to abandon their efforts to learn more about Islam and instead choose to apostatize. In conclusion, apostasy among society is caused by society's negative stigma toward people who commit sins, as well as lack of support among religious figures in spreading Islam. This is because society plays an essential part in shaping people. Thank you.